Good evening, everyone. It's time to play Zelda Classic Origin. And I admit that, unfortunately, I seem to have saved over the video I had just recorded. Episode 19, we found the magic sword and completed the 7th dungeon, but unfortunately, I saved episode 20 as episode 19. Silly me. Didn't even know it was possible without a warning dialogue, but that's my program for you. So, with a little bit of a Zelda opening, I am going to recreate what happened in the past for you right now, as soon as this finishes scrolling. Magical key. Triforce. Please look up the manual for details. Yes, Link. Yes. So, with 11 hearts, we descend into the past and begin our journey. Now, I still have the audio from my recent escapade. That I saved properly. But it won't really line up because I did spend a lot of time lost in Dungeon 7. I think it actually ended up being 30 minutes. So, perhaps it is for the best, but I really don't like re-recording. Prefer to have my live reaction, since you guys really deserve that. Alright. To the graveyard! Wow, full health. Way to go, Link. Up. Left. Down. Left. B, A, select start. Aw, I can't even remember when I made that joke. I gotta remember not to lose videos like this. The lens of truth is the key to finding secrets. Aha! I do remember that here I made a joke about why an old man would live under a gravestone. Finally, the magic sword. Not special by any means. Not the Master Sword, just extremely powerful. Wow. Pardon me. Even these guys are dying in one hit. One hit, one hit, one hit, one hit. Ah, so satisfying. My voice is getting a bit hoarse, so I'm going to do minimal commentary as I go through this dungeon. In fact, this is one of the worst dungeons to have to restart in, for whatever reason. I forgot to buy a potion. Let's pretend I did that. Because you have to go basically halfway through it before you get the switch that reverses things. There's no shortcut once you get the key items. I guess that's fair. I mean, this is one of the later dungeons, it's a bit of a gauntlet. But nonetheless, tedious. Ah, something fun about this sword, by the way, that I know I pointed out. In the future, past, wait a minute, if I'm in the past, it was the future, in the present, was that if it's at full health, and you send out sword beams, they actually do twice as much damage. as hitting an enemy with the sword. I don't know if that applies to all the swords, and I don't know if that's a Zelda thing or a Zelda Classic thing. But I do like it because it's challenging to keep full health, and you should get some reward for it. In fact, the creator of Zelda Classic Origin later uses this to great effect. Lightning to train of thought derailed. To get you into the third quest. He has a bit of a puzzle boss in a way. Puzzle enemy boss. You'll just have to see it. I seem unable to describe it. This is the first thing I completely forgot my first time through episode 18. There's a key here. And now we're back to that one key that we threw away from Dungeon 6. It is certainly a good thing I came here first, or I would have been flustered to no end in Dungeon 6. Alright, I don't want to go there. I do want to go... here we are. Yep. This is the fish room. I need to eventually go to the right, but to get there, I have to go all the way around. I imagine the design of this dungeon must have been harder than actually beating it. It must be difficult to kind of design a meandering path that also doesn't lock you in. In fact, the early Zelda games were not as well designed as you would think. You could buy keys, for example, in Zelda 1, because you could accidentally lock yourself out forever by using a key in the wrong dungeon if you picked it up. Or the wrong dungeon, sorry, that you picked it up from. And in Zelda 2, to get around this, because they didn't sell keys, and they didn't have a master key, they had a fairy spell, which would allow you to become small enough to fit through a keyhole. Let's just... bombs away. We'll have to fight him again because the bubble will respawn as a Dodongo, but can't be helped. Alrighty. That was close. Alright, this is the room that we needed to get back to. So in fact, we spent 8 minutes with me knowing exactly where I'm going, just getting back into position. That is how hackneyed it can become in this dungeon if you have to start over. Up we go. Crystal switch time, or skull lamp time. Not sure I understand how this works, but alright. Give you the benefit of the doubt. Enemies respawn. Oh, yes. Thank you. Oops. Ow. And now the goal is to get all the way around and down, because that is in fact where the boss is. Do I have the boss key? Yes, I do. Thank goodness. That snake cost 4 rupees to kill, and gave me none. Alright. Down, and now to the right, and we complete the loop In fact, I remarked originally that this was one of the first uses I ever had of the compass, when I had just previously said that the compass was useless. Now, question of the week. Do I have to kill the wall masters to push the statues? Yes. Nothing to see here, guys. This boss. Who is this boss? Oh, right. It's two of the dragons from the first dungeon, with the added annoyance of teleport tiles, which reset the entire boss room except the ones you've killed. So it's not actually that bad, but wait till we get to the Dome of Trials. TM, patent pending. Oh boy. Wouldn't that have been fun? Just restart the dungeon. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so there's your teleport tile. Let's make use of our sword, actually. Wow. That's strong. Two hits from the sword. That's something. Oh, and spikes in the Triforce room, honestly. And clouds? What is with this dungeon? Well, again, I apologize for having to redo this, but this is how things go. And thank you very much for watching. We now have a fantastically powerful sword, a lovely little piece of Triforce, and we are ready to continue from where we left off.